my favorite local back road. I'm just going to do a little driving video, let y'all know what's been going on, which isn't that much really. Dead rattle. Nothing really new with the Escort. I got a radio out of an older Escort that actually has a physical knob on it instead of the buttons that you normally get on the radios in these, which I find much easier to use. So, other than that, somebody did crunch into my front bumper and screwed up the bumper itself, put a nice crack in it, and ruined my side marker light, which, if any of y'all know, when I first got this car, great, I'm stuck behind the school bus. When I first got this car, the front bumper, the whole front quarter of the car was all screwed up. Looks like somebody hit a pole or something like that. So I had already replaced those parts. So these replacement parts are things I now have to replace. So that'll be fun having to do all that. I don't know if I'm really going to do the bumper, do the corner light, obviously, because otherwise it'll get moisture in it. It is being held in by duct tape. I know, ghetto, but oh well. And some of the planned things I've got coming up are the tie rods, inner and outer, on both sides, because there is buku play in this steering, big time. So I'm going to fix that by doing the tie rods, and the CV joint on the right side is busted open. The boot is busted open. So it's starting to show some signs of getting a little dry. So all that will be to come pretty soon, but I figured I'd do a little video here just to kind of show you everything, since I haven't made a driving video of this car yet. I've made 2 tours, but I haven't actually done a driving video, so here we are. Now this car is surprisingly advanced for being a Ford from 1995. When I say advanced, I don't mean the engine, because it only makes 88 horsepower out of a 1.9, and we all know what we can get out of pretty much 2 liters today. I mean, the new Focus, 160 horsepower. That's almost twice the horsepower. So they obviously weren't trying too hard with the engine. And the transmission, of course, is pulled out of every other Ford compact of that generation. But the cool thing about the Escort is that while it was a subcompact, unlike subcompacts of today, you don't get twist beam suspension. Now, twist beam suspension is pretty much just a beam between 2 springs in the rear axle, so on the rear tires. So you can pretty much see how that would be a disadvantage, because what one wheel's going to do, the other wheel's going to do. So not really the best setup for optimal handling. But the cool thing about the Escort is it has a independent rear suspension. So even though, yes, it's a crappy little subcompact that's 20 years old, it can actually hold its own pretty well around a lot of these corners. And keep in mind, even though this is the wagon, it doesn't weigh that much. It's 2,000 pounds, so it's a little over a ton, and then probably 300 or 400 pounds, depending on what model you got. So 2,300 pounds, I would say, would be a good estimate for this car. Of course, you can't ever know for sure. Comparison's sake, my Civic was 2,500 pounds. The Fiesta was somewhere around 25 to 26, and the Focus was 2,800 pounds. So you can just see how heavy cars have become these days. You know, progressively getting heavier, especially stuff like this, because we're packing all this technology into them. Airbags, you know, crazy amount of airbags, including knee airbags, you know, traction control, stability control, and, you know, while all that is well and good, and it's nice to have when you're in a panic situation, or say if you're driving in the snow, traction control can be very handy. But all other times I find it completely unnecessary and irritating. So I find myself buying these old cars that just don't have any of that. They're just cars. Those of you that have been watching for a while know that I had the TL, and while that did have ABS and traction control, ABS is fine. I don't have a problem with ABS. That's a very essential safety feature. Traction control, not so much, but I always had the traction control turned off in that car, because it just, you don't need it. And that car was also luxury, but it wasn't luxury like we know it today. It was a luxury car that was just that, a luxury car. You got in it, and it felt like something high quality. It felt nice to drive. It was smooth. It was quiet. And to me, that's what a luxury car should be. Smooth, quiet, just whisks you down the road here. Makes road trip. Sorry about that, guys. Ran out of space on my memory card. Good thing I brought another one. Oh, that lady in the Ultima was making sure I was okay. Anyway, as I was saying, especially for me, luxury isn't all about the technology, which I know a lot of people, that's what they go and look for when they look at a car. They look at, what it looks like, and what kind of technology it has, and what kind of image that car portrays to other people. So you get a lot of people that buy Infiniti Gs and Acura TLs and all of the really popular cars out there. And nobody really makes a nice luxury car that has, not completely overloaded with technology. Things like the town car or older Cadillacs were not excessively extravagant in their technology, but they were good luxury cars. They were cars you could get in and just go for the entire country. Take a whole cross-country road trip in one of those cars, and I guarantee you'd be comfortable and happy as a clam. But cars nowadays have gotten so packed full of technology, they're all very heavy. At least for the most part, they're pretty heavy. So this thing's pretty lightweight, so it just kind of runs through these corners and doesn't really give you any fuss about it. So it's a little surprising to find in actually something like this, especially a Ford from 1995. You wouldn't expect that at all. But here we are. That little noise, if you can hear it on the camera, is the CV joint. Not doing so well. And yes, it doesn't have a whole lot of power, but not everything's about power either. It's about how a car makes you feel. Every time I get in this car, it's just such a laugh. Everything about it. The stupid color, to the body panels that don't match, to the ridiculous stuff I've put on it. I mean, it's just a car you get in and you don't take anything too seriously in life. Everything's okay. You're in here. You're in the 90s again. Everything's simple. And you just kind of admire all the world around you. Makes you feel almost humble. I know I'm probably talking crazy, but at least for me, that's what this car does. And ultimately, I think that's what a car should do for people. Not just a means of transportation. Cars are great for transportation, getting things back and forth, people and things, but I think it should also evoke an emotional response from somebody. Your car should make you feel something. You should love it. It should be your child, your baby. Something you love just as much as, I guess, a child. Maybe that's a little extreme, but Escort and a Mystique. Got the whole Ford family. In the 90s at least. Now, while it does have four-wheel independent suspension, I didn't say that doesn't mean it's well dampened, because it's not. Now, I know that's probably mostly a function of it being from 1995 and little old lady driving it around its entire life. The suspension's probably had no work whatsoever, so it's pretty rough at times. If I went through that in the Crown Vic, you get all kinds of body roll, and then, you know, you're making constant steering adjustments because the suspension is so hard on that car. It's soft enough on this to where it kind of just soaks up a few things, and when you hit a bump mid-corner, it doesn't make the whole car skid out, and that's also part of the independent rear suspension. With the glide axle in the back, it's kind of difficult to maintain that if you happen to hit something mid-corner. Picked a better road. This just pulls through these corners just so nicely. There's just nothing to it. Everything being kicked up and all that stuff rolling around in the back. Back on Escort. Alright, YouTube, I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap this little video up. But it has certainly been a pleasure, and I hope you have enjoyed the little driving video I've put together here. Helps you understand why I think this Escort is such a fantastic little car. But anyways, guys, check out the subscriber fan page, or whatever you want to call it, the fan page on Facebook, which will be linked on the main channel page. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon, alright?